Be your dances, everybody. Be your dances, be your dances, Liberians. Be your dances, be your dances, everybody. Oh yes.
The Revenue Generation Growth and Governance USAID project in Liberia enhances Liberia's revenue generating capacity with the integration of mobile technology. The LRA and the African Methodist Episcopal University signed a joint agreement that takes the effort of a tax-paying culture to a whole new level in the country.
This is Tax Talk. Tax Talk is about everything about tax and, of course, tax money that we need in Liberia to develop our country. Hello, my name is Alvin Jask. Thank you so much for joining us. You are welcome.
Be your dances, be your dances, everybody. Oh yes. Be your dances, everybody.
The RG3. This is a USAID funded program, and the R, which is the Revenue Generation Growth and Governance, is about helping Liberia to move from that dependency syndrome into a huge aspect of domestic resource mobilization. Have come on board this time donating a huge consignment of technology that will help Liberia in mapping out real key revenue sources when it comes to real estate properties. This is a welcome development.
On behalf of the U.S. Agency for International Development, I'm pleased as the contracting officer's representative of the Revenue Generation for Governance and Growth project to present to you 100 tablets and devices, GPS devices, to enhance your work in property tax that will bolster the revenue intake of this government. And as I do so hoping and knowing that you are a very strong advocate of Liberia's domestic resource mobilization, and that this will enable you to raise our revenue even higher. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you. Okay. So I turn over to Isaac.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you to USAID. We will use them to the best of our ability and get a maximum value out of them. Thank you.
Thank you for your patience.
I too want to extend my profound thanks and appreciation to the taxpayers of the United States of America, through you, our partner USAID, and to the RG3 project. We are elated today of this particular donation because it represents a slight deviation from the normal support of technical assistance, and it is consistent with our advocacy for more comprehensive capacity building in order to improve the success ratio of various projects. So certainly this donation enables the real estate division of the LRA to carry out its tax administration efforts in real property, and undoubtedly it will indeed contribute to increasing the revenue and accelerating the rate at which we capture properties in our tax net. So far, I think we've been able to capture about 40,000 properties, and the project has slowed largely because of the gadgets. And so we say it is timely. We say thank you, and thank you to the taxpayers of the United States of America. Thank you.
I know that this was some time in coming. We are very happy to be able to support your initiatives, and as always, it's our pleasure to work with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Commissioner General and CEO of the Liberia Revenue Authority, Madam Frida Stewart Tama, with words of thanks and gratitude to the taxpayers and government of the United States of America. The U.S. people and the government have at this point in time brought into Liberia several pieces of mobile devices to enhance the work of the Liberia Revenue Authority. The Real Property Tax Division at LRA is called with the authority to begin the use of these technologies to again facilitate trade and tax generation in the country. At the tax registration point where taxpayer personnel are working on a daily basis, taxpayers are now being encouraged to go with the information and begin the process of getting their tax identification numbers. With that, taxpayers can stand and say, yes, indeed, I have legitimate documents to show that this property is mine. And also, it gives taxpayers the opportunity to borrow from banks.
Be your taxes, be your taxes. Everybody, oh yes, be your taxes.
Having said that, in recent times there have been so many developments unfolding here at the headquarters of the Liberia Revenue Authority. On the top of the latest development is the signing into action a memorandum of understanding between the Liberia Revenue Authority and the African Methodist Episcopal University.
Very much why I hear that indeed we will grant, this program so that we appeal, to the potential candidates out there to come and join, and enroll, and at the end of the day, help us realize our goal. A important component of our corporate strategic plan is to enhance our technical capacity to build knowledge base so that tomorrow the institution will have access to a potential pool of trained manpower to today by appending our signature on this document. We have indeed commenced that on September will be lighting the canopy. So we say thank you, Mr. President, for the collaboration, and we do look forward to collaborating with your university in other areas, in areas of research and other avenues. So thank you again. So we can shake hands.
This is about instituting tax education at a whole new level. The tax code for the first time will be taught at the AMEU, and this agreement will go a long way in helping Liberia as it relates to moving into the larger community, of course in the academic circle, with tax awareness and tax knowledge. The students at the AMEU have begun the process. They have been discussing some of these newest development coming here between the LRA and the AMU with us during our recent visit on their campuses.
My message to other students, I do urge my fellow colleagues to take the LRA message serious. As the LRA come to AMU University, they are coming with their know-how, they are coming because of love, they are coming to teach us some of the moral things. So I do urge my fellow comrades to come under the umbrella of LRA so that they can understand the true meaning of tax or taxation.
The idea is welcoming because if you learn, if you get a tax curriculum or if you get tax course being taught in every university with AMU University kicking up the step, because as a matter of fact, tax paying brings development. All right, when a country or citizens pay their taxes, they in return get development for the taxes. Even I myself, I'm employed with the AMU University. I also pay tax to government through the AMU University. So it is important that every student will learn about tax and know how to pay your tax and know how tax is being collected. All right, so it's a very good initiative. So in my own strength or in my own way as a manager of this computer institute and also a senior student of the AMU University, I'm calling on the authority of LRA to have we the blind people or visually impaired persons included into this tax program. All right, even they can liaise with us here as the Lion Club Computer Institute. We can commit ourselves to working with the LRA to ensure that the tax messages have been spread all over the country by blind people.
I'm Augustine Valai. I'm the IT chair in the Department of Economics.
Okay, today is a great kind of development unfolding at the Liberia Revenue Authority with the signing of our MOU, which is a Memorandum of Understanding to begin the teaching of the tax code, the Liberian tax code, into an institution beginning with the AMEU. Tell me a little bit about that news as it relates to your own institution where you serve as the chair of one of the departments.
Wow, okay, that is amazing. I will appreciate and I'm in love with it, I'm in support with it. Most especially AMU having an MOU with the Liberia Revenue Authority, that is the LRA, is a good news because in having or teaching the students the tax policy or the tax code, it also help improve our Liberian society. Most especially students who reading economics. Somebody who reading economics, they like to know about tax reduction. They would like to know about the issue of paying tax. What is the importance of paying tax? So you know, normally when citizens of a specific country like Liberia, if are paying tax, it means that it help in terms of a development. So it actually is welcoming.
Then it goes to the students who are going to be sitting under the voices of those experts that will be teaching the different courses. What will you say to them before it all begins?
I think I will encourage my students and giving the important of this topic and looking at the developmental agenda of Liberia, I will encourage them and tell them the importance of this identical code so that they will take it serious. Because if you have an issue of, if you have understanding about tax and you have understanding about tax policy, it help you in terms of even like the job environment. It help you in your upbringing. It help you how to advise one or two person who maybe want to pay tax or may not be in the position of paying tax. You can be able to advise them it's good to pay tax. After so time, you will be able to, like in America, other people relies on tax benefit. So we want to, if Liberia now, like AMEU now is coming with this kind of situation to involve in this, I think it's much more amazing, and we appreciate as an institution.
I'm Saidi Kogwe. I'm a student of university, and now I love the way our school and also our president took the step to bring good tax course in Liberia, and also our university. Because nowadays we don't have any idea on tax payment, because people feel that you pay tax, you pay free money to the government. But we know now Liberia is coming to a good development on tax introduction, because the tax is very, very much important. If you pay to the government, it helps to help civil servant to upgrade the facility and also the environment. But nowadays we don't know, but it's one of the good important that you come into AME campus, and AME is one of the strong schools in economic and accounting. It builds the mind of people. I think when you go to all the various banks in Liberia, you see AMEU students doing accounting and management the job there, and they do extremely well on the job because they're good at that. So I know that the reason why the government choose AME to be one of the first universities to teach tax in that school, and I know we will do better.
The school tax education program, one of many efforts by the government of Liberia under its mandated headquarters and agency, the Liberia Revenue Authority, in fostering a tax-paying culture in Liberia, with a partnership with Osiwa, the University of Liberia, the Monrovia Consolidated School System, MCSS, and of course together with the LRA, which is the Liberia Revenue Authority. Students on this campus are being enlightened about their civic responsibility to their country, Mama Liberia. The office, which is right here, has been open since, with the formal training of the keys to those who are serving as ambassadors on this huge campus as it relates to the number of students that need to know about taxes and the enormous benefits. Tax, as you may know, is a civic responsibility. It's demanded by government for whatever earning you get for the purpose of facilitating government's functionaries and the paying of civil servants, and of course providing basic services to every taxpayer, and of course future taxpayer as well. STEP, as you see, is going for a couple months as a pilot in several counties here in Liberia. So students themselves, together with the administrators of these different institutions like the University of Liberia, which has got the first clubhouse for tax education open. This is indeed a great way of enhancing domestic resource mobilization, as emphasized by President Salif, and of course under this new government of President George Manawia. This is a production of the Liberia Revenue Authority, and I'm Alvin Jask with it. Thanks so much for joining us, and you are welcome.
For better development The money is not